7:37 on the Wake Up Show with Tom Petty here at Rocky 99. You've been hearing us over the last few months doing our interviews with our Hearts Against Heroin campaign and Conemaugh Health System, Somerset Hospital, Cambria County Drug Coalition. We've all teamed up fight against drug addiction here in the Laurel Highlands with Hearts Against Heroin. And today we welcome Pam Gehlmann, Program Director of the Center of Excellence. Thank you for coming in, Pam.
Thank you. Good morning.
You're all ready to go. We've got big things happening in the Laurel Highlands with the Center for Excellence.
Absolutely.
And this is a really neat, something really neat that we have here, and it's in Johnstown. Tell me a little bit. People have been hearing about the Center for Excellence. What exactly does it entail? Give me a little overview of it.
Sure. Last year in 2016, the governor of Pennsylvania issued a number of grants around the state to establish centers of excellence with treatment in association with treatment programs and facilities around the state. So what we were tasked to do was develop a community-based assessment and referral process whereby we can have our staff do assessments and referrals for people who are suffering from opioid addiction. We can go out to facilities, agencies in the community, or we can do those assessments and referrals from our facility, and then we'll follow those folks throughout their treatment program, throughout their treatment episodes, and beyond that by following up with case management services, with recovery specialist services to assist them in the community to obtain additional services and support in the community.
Kind of like a professional Big Brother, so to speak?
Similar, yes. We
and coach?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're going to support folks coming in for the assessment. We're going to talk to them about what their needs are, what type of treatment they're interested in, what meets their needs the best, and we're going to work with them to refer them to a treatment program, whether that be inpatient, outpatient, medication-assisted treatment, drug-free treatment, whatever that may be, whatever suits them best, and then follow them and assist them through that treatment process and after treatment in the community.
So this is something that just began within the last...
Yeah, the grant proposals came out the end of 2016,
okay,
and we really started hitting the ground running early in 2017 with hiring and the development of that. Now, in addition to the assessment and referral process, we've also developed a hotline, a helpline, whereby somebody can call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and talk to a live person if they choose. They can choose to leave a message, or they can choose to speak to a live person about what their treatment options are, what they're interested in. Maybe it's just a step forward, a foot in the door. Maybe they're not quite sure. They want to bounce some ideas off of somebody.
Planting a seed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we can work with that person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get them assessed and referred into treatment.
And what are some of the methods that you use in treatment?
Well, I mean, as far as our facility goes, the Center of Excellence is connected to our facility, which is Alliance Medical Services, where we offer medication-assisted treatment and counseling services. So we're using methadone, we're using Suboxone, we're also doing individual and group therapy. We're referring also to inpatient facilities. We're referring to other outpatient facilities. We can refer folks to Vivitrol and then additional counseling on top of Vivitrol, other Suboxone programs in the area, and again, additional counseling on top of that.
Now, how do I get a friend, a loved one, or maybe I'm struggling with opioid addiction involved with your program?
All you need to do is pick up the phone and call the telephone number 814-269-4700 and say, I need help. Or if you are a loved one of somebody who needs help, pick up the phone, call that number again, 269-4700, and let whoever answers the phone know what you're struggling with, what your issue is, and we'll get you hooked up with a staff member who can talk you through that process and let you know what the next steps are.
Now, since it's new, the whole program with Center for Excellence, how would you say how many people are engaged in the whole process right now?
Right now, in our Centers of Excellence, we have 100 people who are in the case management and treatment process. The vast majority of them are actively engaged in treatment processes right now. We have a few who are still in the assessment phases or are seeking other types of treatment that we're following and helping them assess other types of treatment options. But right now, we're looking at 100 people that are involved in this program right now.
Okay. And I'm sure along these 100 people, people have got to know personally.
Sure.
How about some positive outcomes? What have you seen?
Listen, we hear from people all of the time about how grateful they are that somebody is willing to listen to them and is willing to reach out and help. We've heard from family members, from patients, clients who have said, "You've saved my life," who, without this program, without the additional support in the community, they wouldn't be able to continue to process in their recovery. So, we've had so many positive comments and successes. We've had family members call and for their family member who maybe recently overdosed, goes into the hospital. We were able to go right in, do an assessment with that person, arrange for treatment services where an inpatient treatment facility drove right to the hospital when that person was discharged, picked them up and took them right to treatment. They successfully completed that treatment and stepped down into another level of treatment and continues to be actively engaged. We engaged with that family member throughout that process, and she was so grateful because she had never experienced what it's like to go through the horrible effects of addiction with a family member. So this was all new to her, and she needed some support. She needed somebody to call and say, "Am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right track?"
People don't know what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just having somebody there who's willing to talk and willing to reassure folks is so very important.
Great. Well, I'm glad to hear we hear a lot of negative, of course, with all the addiction, and I'm glad to hear that there's some positive going on, and thank you for your work. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And again, if somebody needs to contact the Center for Excellence,
it's 814-269-4700.
And find online too?
Absolutely. You can find us online through the Forever Media website. You can find us through pinnacletreatmentcenters.com, alliancemedicalservices.com. If you Google Centers of Excellence, it will take you also to state websites that will give you the information as well.
Thanks, Pam Gehlmann, Program Director, Center for Excellence, our guest today with Hearts Against Heroin. It's presented by our friends at Somerset Hospital, Spangler Subaru, Martin Baker America, Conemaugh Health System, Yeager's Heating Service, and First Summit Bank on Rocky 99.